Hey peeps, this is Polar Bee. Just thought I would make a video today. I've been watching a lot of Manly Butch's videos, and I like them. They're pretty interesting, so good job. Anyway, we were talking a little bit about coming out of the closet and your big reveal about, you know, when you first came out to the world as a gay or a lesbian or whatever. And her video that she made me think a lot about how it was for me. I knew that I was different than everybody else growing up as far as you know, being gay or being lesbian, and I knew that back in that time it was not okay to talk about it, obviously. I tested the waters a little bit when I was a teenager with some of my best friends, and you know, just with little comments and stuff, and got the clear message that it was not okay, and that so I actually kept quiet about it pretty much. When I was about 19 years old, I guess I was actually 18 years old. I don't think I had turned 19 yet, and I went into this bar and knew immediately that it was a gay bar. There was a band playing and it was two girls or whatever, and I thought, oh no, this feels comfortable to me. This feels more like home to me. And just talking to some of the women, I know I got up and started talking to some of the women or whatever, you know, and I'm sure that they probably knew that I was as green as could be. That I don't know that. Just talking to those women, I can't tell you how much joy that I felt just connecting with other women who you know, were lesbians, and you know how free that they felt and everything. So anyway, and obviously I met my partner right after that when I was 19. So we ended up getting together actually. I didn't actually like make a big announcement or anything to anybody. When I got together with my partner, we'd kind of had some of our own friends and stuff, and I was out to them, obviously. It was very comfortable and natural. I didn't really make an announcement or anything. Work was another story. I didn't really let people know at work, and for many years until after that. So it was probably when I believe that I was probably around 27 or 28 years old. No, it had to be a lot sooner than that. I think I was in my early 20s. Okay. Anyway, I went to work one day and I heard some rumblings about some guy who had been spreading some rumors about me, that I lived with another woman, and that they thought that I might have been gay, or, you know, I call it gay, lesbian, whatever. It makes no difference to me. I don't have like a specific label for myself. But anyway, I thought, you know what, I'm going to find out what this guy is saying. So I went over and I was, you know, working. He was over there working, and he was kind of a guy that kind of thought that he was kind of cocky and everything. So he was trying to make some smart-ass remarks to me, and he says, he looks over at me and kind of with his, you know, swagger and stuff, and he says, well, he goes, you know, I heard that you kind of like women. And I think it was at that moment that I was like, okay, I'm going to stand up to this guy, because first of all, he thinks that he has something on me, and I'm not going to give him that kind of power, you know. So in two ways, well, what I said was, when he said that, you know, I heard that you like women. And so I said, yeah, you got a problem with that? And he immediately backtracked, and he goes, oh, no man, no man, no man, I don't have no problem with that. And he walked away like a puppy with his tail between his legs, because he thought that he had something on me. And two things that served two purposes for me. First of all, I really didn't care whether people at work knew that I was lesbian or gay or whatever, because I thought, you know what, I'm not going to spend my life in hiding. I'm not going to deny who I am. I am who I am, and people are either going to accept me or they're not. So that was one thing as far as, you know, coming out or whatever, or being, you know, revealing yourself or whatever. But another thing, which was so good for me, being an abuse survivor, that was the first time, the very first time I ever stood up for myself and to somebody who was trying to threaten me or hold something over my head, or, you know, wield some kind of power over me. That was the first time that I ever stood up to somebody. And damn, that felt good. That felt so good to do that. And that was almost a turning point in standing up for myself, and in you know, it really didn't matter what people thought of me, you know, because I am who I am, and people either like you or they don't. It really doesn't matter. And, you know, I think over the years that I have learned that, you know, if somebody has a problem with me being a lesbian, it's their issue. It's not my issue. I am comfortable in my skin. I'm comfortable in my body. And if somebody has an issue with it, it's their issue. So, honey, let them own it. Let them own it. It's their issue to deal with. It's their own fears and insecurity. It's not mine. So, you know, that's kind of the way that I think anymore. So, and I think from that moment on, I really didn't care who knew. I was just going to be who I was as a person. People are either going to like you or they're not. And, you know, whether people say anything about you, have an opinion about you, or anything, it's their opinion, and that takes nothing away from who you are as a person. And that's very important. Very important to know. Another thing I wanted to say real quick was, and I don't know if I'm running out of time or not, I hope I'm not, is I have a little bit of a funny story. About that time, it's probably right after that, you know, I don't know whether that spread through work like wildfire or not or whatever, but I felt good standing up for myself. There was a woman that came up to me, and I think that we had two companies that were merging, and she had heard that there was about 6 people that were gay or lesbian that were coming over into our section to join with us. So she was kind of like a gossipy type woman. So she come up to me and she's like, you know, I heard that there are some gays and lesbians that are coming over. And I said, yeah, you know, I heard that too. And she said, what do you think about that? And I'm like, well, you know, no big deal or whatever. And she leaned up a little bit closer and she goes, do you know who they are? And I looked at her and I leaned over just like she did. This freaking cracked me up. And I said, yes, and I'm one of them. If you could have seen her face, oh my God, it was priceless. So priceless. I died laughing. And she just went, and took off running. Actually, I think she was embarrassed, and I felt bad for her afterwards, but oh my God, it was so funny, because she just, you know, she's whispering and stuff, and she's going, do you know who they are? And I go, yes, I'm one of them. It was priceless. It's one of my best coming out stories or whatever, you know. I had already been out by then, but I didn't care or whatever, but it's one of the funniest stories that I have. So I just thought I would share that with you guys, and hope you guys are having a fabulous day. I'm a little sunburned, a little bit. So anyway, see y'all later. Bye! Bear hugs.